Hello everyone, Dell21 here, doing it big in the cage with the sunroof. I just got off of YouTube before I headed to my aunt's house. Got on there, I didn't notice, I think Jake Garden Snake, I don't know where I got Jake from. What the hell are you doing? Well, you got a handicap tag, so yeah. But, anyway, I was on there uploading a video response for D. Heller, and I noticed on there that the Garden Snake put on there that his Ozark Day 3 death of his DRZ. I understand where he's coming from with that, because with his, if you don't really know much about your motorcycle, but you ride motorcycle, you won't really connect to it. But like, you know, people that like, especially Lauren Jennifer, who works on her bike a lot, she's gone through, I'm not sure, she'll probably get on here and correct me, but I know of, she's been through 3 rebuilds. I think she put like I know she rebuilt it with the 351, and I think that one had a defective not casing but sleeve, so she had to have it rebuilt again. And then I think she took that out and put, I think it was a regular 350, I'm not really sure, but she redid that again. So I know she's done 3 rebuilds so far. But if you do your own maintenance to your motorcycle, you know exactly where he's going with this and where it is. Because if you don't know what we're doing, I'll give you basically a quick clip note on what he's talking about. I'll put a link to his to that video if you're not following him and you haven't actually got on that. Basically, he was having problems with his bike, I think all weekend, if I'm not mistaken. But basically, his counterbalance shaft, thanks for running that red light, Sunshine. But his counterbalance, you know, I'm not even gonna, I hate people that slow down when you, thank you. But his counterbalance shaft, what this is every motor has a counter. It has a shaft, and Jesus, this car behind me. That's a long tree. Holy Jesus, look at that. Oh look, I got plenty of time to do a vlog. Is this the same freaking train? This looks like the same freaking train. And I might, hold on, if I can get this person behind me to, a little off-roading in the Escape, man. Off-roading in the Escape. But basically all motors have a shaft, usually the crankshaft, and which is, it's basically the same thing. It transfers the motion or the energy from the work of the motor. Oh look, a curve. But yes. Oh, I missed my big truck. But basically you have 2 ends. You have 2 ends to the shaft. You have a working end, which is usually your end that actually performs the energy, and on the other end, on your counter end, is the end that actually transfers the drive. Now it's a little bit different on a car. Your counter end on your car is usually where your transmission mounts at. Now it's different for, it's the same principle, but basically it's the same thing for front wheel drive. But now if you imagine like the motor of your car on where the flywheel and the transmission mount to the motor, imagine the seal out of that going out, and that's basically what you have in a car. That seal usually means that bearing's gone, but that's as close as you can actually get with that because of the way a car is made. But if you actually imagine that that flywheel or that flex plate that actually turns on the inside of that motor at the rear of it, that actually connects your transmission to the motor and actually where the work actually is. Imagine if that flywheel or that flex plate came off, and the only sign that you have of that is that you basically you rev. It's basically like trying to push the throttle in neutral. It's basically what it is. But it's a little bit more actually critical on a motorcycle, because basically on a motorcycle you've only got a gear on that, and that gear is hooked to a chain, and that chain drives the rear wheel. And it's a really short piece that this gear slides on. It's different from bike to bike, cause like on my Ninja, I have a lock nut that a lock nut that actually goes onto my countershaft for my countershaft gear, my smaller gear. And what it is that if you upgrade from your minor gear, what it does is it is not designed the same to fit with that lock nut. So it's also got a lock ring on the inside of it that you bend around the lock nut that's actually keyed for it. And some bikes don't have this. And even if you did have it, if there's so much stress on the countershaft, it'll actually slide that bolt back and actually push it off. And that's something similar, if not what he's going through. And I've actually had this happen working on my car. And if anybody's seen my little my beat 'em up car, I've had this happen, and I've never had it happen on a motorcycle before. I've had it happen before. I even had it happen on my truck, on the red one I had. So I know exactly what he's going through with that. He's at that point where I was with my red truck, where once you get past so many problems with your vehicle of any kind, you get to the point where you're giving up. You just gave up on it, and I understand where he is with that. Some of us don't give into it, you know, depending on how sentimental it is. But I just want to put out there that I feel for you, but I really hope you're not done riding, and I really hope that you're back. You come back and you get another bike, something newer. Really, I hope you stick with a Motard, man. I really do. Something a little bit more up to date, like you said, but I really do hope you stick with a Motard, because it seems like you have a lot more fun than you would on a sport or any kind of street bike. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that we feel for you, man. Hope you're not done riding. Peace out.